فَلَمَّا دَخَلُوا عَلَيْهِ. And so the brothers of Yusuf alayhi salam, they entered into the presence of Yusuf, the minister alayhi salam. And remember, they don't know that this is Yusuf. They don't recognize him as Yusuf, but rather as the minister. And they call out to him, Ya ayyuhal aziz, O minister, مسنا وأهلنا الضر وجئنا ببضاعة مزجاة. Hardship has affected us, and we come to you with a scarce amount of capital, of money. You know what would happen is, Yusuf alayhi salam, the minister, he would have food and goods ready for people, because the drought, affected people greatly. And so people would come to Yusuf alayhi salam and they'd give him money, they'd give him a ransom, and Yusuf in return would give them food, so that they could go and eat and feed their families and so on and so forth. And so the brothers of Yusuf alayhi salam, they come to him and they need the food, but they don't have enough money, they don't have enough capital. And now they're asking Yusuf, they're telling Yusuf, we don't have enough money. فَأَوْفِ لَنَا الْكَيْلَ وَتَصَدَّقْ عَلَيْنَا. Please, O minister, just please give us our full measure of food, even though we don't have enough money. Please give it to us as a charity. And I want you to think back. These are the same brothers who threw Yusuf alayhi salam into the well. And all these emotions, all these thoughts are running in Yusuf's head, of course. These are the same brothers who threw me into the well, who, because they threw me into the well and left me, I could have died, but I didn't. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved me. But because they threw me into the well and they abandoned me for no reason, I did nothing to them. I was sold as a slave, and then I worked under people for a number of years. And after serving for a number of years, I was accused of doing something wrong. And I was falsely accused of doing something wrong and thrown into jail for it. Unjustly thrown into jail, and I served years in prison. And finally, after all that time, all that patience, now I'm in a position of power, and these same brothers who tried to end my life are now here, asking me to be charitable to them, to help them, to give them a favor. And so with all these emotions and thoughts running in Yusuf's head, alayhi salam, he bursts out and he says, هَلْ عَلِمْتُمْ مَا فَعَلْتُمْ بِيُوسُفَ وَأَخِيهِ إِذْ أَنْتُمْ جَاهِلُونَ. Don't you know what you did to Yusuf and his brother when you were ignorant people? And so these brothers are caught by surprise. Wait a second. Yusuf, wait, how do you even know that? 1 second. أَإِنَّكَ لَأَنْتَ يُوسُف? Could this be? Are you really Yusuf? They ask him. أَإِنَّكَ لَأَنْتَ يُوسُف? Are you Yusuf? And Yusuf alayhi salam responds, أَنَا يُوسُف وَهَذَا أَخِي. Yes, I'm Yusuf. I'm that man, I'm that boy who you threw into the well, who you tried to kill. And now you're here asking me for a favor. And these brothers, they realize and they acknowledge what they did was wrong. And they tell him, قَالُوا تَاللَّهِ لَقَدْ آثَرَكَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْنَا. That indeed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah has preferred you above us. وَإِن كُنَّا لَخَاطِئِينَ. And certainly, for sure, we have been guilty of sin. Meaning they're, acknowledging and understanding and realizing and admitting what they did was wrong. And so Yusuf alayhi salam, who has the power to imprison these people, he can throw them into jail. He can do whatever he wants. He's the minister. He could deprive them of the food, right? At the very minimum, he could just not give them a food and not give them, their full measure. Don't give them the favor that they're asking for. He has every right to. These are people who tried to murder him. I want you to imagine that you're in front of the man who tried to murder you, or the man who tried to murder your wife, or your sister, or your daughter, or your son, or your dad. And this murderer comes to you and he still hasn't given you he finally gives you an apology when he's asking you for a favor, and you have the power to do whatever you want to this man. What do you do?
قال لا تثريب عليكم اليوم.
Yusuf says, today there's no blame upon you. Don't worry about it.
يغفر الله لكم.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive you.
وهو أرحم الراحمين.
And he is the most merciful of those who show mercy. Yusuf chooses to be brave and courageous, and he forgives these brothers. And it is through forgiving these brothers, he was reunited with the whole family. Later on, we'll see in the story. The whole family comes again together. And the love of the family is reestablished. So what we need to ask ourselves is, what is stopping us from forgiving others?